All right, we got Halle Berry being a UFC fighter. Is she up for the task? Well, let's see. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my movie review for Bruised. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me that thumbs up and consider subscribing. All right, like most people, I'm a big fan of Halle Berry. Even the Catwoman movie that she came out with a long time ago, that movie sucked, but she did look good in the costume. And I am here for Bruised. When I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, wow, she's playing a mixed martial artist now. I'm here for this. I really am. I really am. Like I said, I'm a big fan, and I don't think that there is anything that this woman cannot do. But before I get into all the nitty gritty and all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film is all about. Jackie Justice is a mixed martial arts fighter who leaves the sport in disgrace. Down on her luck and simmering with rage and regret years after the fight, she's coaxed into a brutal underground fight by her manager and boyfriend Dizzy and grabs the attention of a fight league promoter who promises Jackie a life back in the octagon. But the road to redemption becomes unexpectedly personal when Manny, the son she gave up as an infant, shows up at her doorstep. A triumphant story of a fighter who reclaims her power in and out of the ring when everyone has counted her out. Now guys, as far as I felt about this film, I really did enjoy it. Overall, for the most part, if you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest you do take a look at it, especially if you have a Netflix account and you are a fan of Halle Berry and a fan of mixed martial arts. Also guys, I just want to let you know that this is Halle Berry's directorial debut. She's never directed a film before. Of course, she has a long filmography as far as credits is concerned, but this is the first time that she has been behind the camera. And I will say that I think she did a great job as far as that's concerned. I do like some of her signature shots and the way she showed her personality and the way she likes to express emotions, because as you heard me read in the synopsis, she's trying to pick herself back up, but all of a sudden her abandoned son shows back up on her doorstep. This would be a whoa, what the F moment for anybody if your life just kind of changes like that. And when these things happen to us human beings, we have our various ways of reacting and the way our brains work and react, and the way that she showed herself freaking out, you know, with a shaky fuzzy cam running around a building and doing lap over lap after lap after lap. I really did like that, and just kind of just show how scatterbrained she is at this moment when her life just changed drastically, like I just said. I've never seen that before, but I will say that that's kind of like her little signature thing that I can possibly tell came from her own mind, her own imagination. I also did not know that Halle Berry is an actual UFC fan. She attends matches regularly, and one of the people that she faced off in this is a real life UFC mixed martial artist. And the name of that martial artist is Valentina Bullet Shevchenko. And I will say, after watching this, all the fighting and the choreography did seem a bit convincing. It was, you know, a little iffy at the middle of the film, but towards the end, the final showdown, I did like it. It was convincing. I mean, it wasn't as real as the real thing, but it was good enough for me to actually enjoy myself while I was watching this feature. And that just goes to show how great the acting is in this as well. Halle Berry can act her behind off. She's an Academy Award winning actress. If not, she's been nominated a number of times. Right, she did win the leading role in Monsters Ball that happened a long time ago. Oh, I want to feel good. There's a lot of feel good in this movie too. I mean, I don't mean to sound inappropriate, but it just seems like random gutter sex, but you know, I could be wrong. She is in a very toxic relationship at the very beginning of this, and I felt sorry for her. It was very abusive. I wanted her to get out of that situation. But the thing that got me the most was the relationship that she had with her newfound son again, Manny. This little boy is adorable. The acting from him was great. I actually started to cry a little bit during one of the scenes in this movie. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us, you and I. You know that song. If you've seen the film, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My eyes started to water up during that time. I was just like, my goodness gracious, this is a great film. It's really pulling on my heartstrings. But I also have to say, one of my complaints is every emotional beat that they tried to knock off didn't come off that great, because while the Two of Us song did, there were just some other revelations that I was like, okay, that was just clearly forced, you know, just for dramatic purpose and trying to throw in a bunch of theatrics. And I don't mean to downplay rape and any type of sexual abuse, but there was a scene or a line of dialogue or two in this film that had to do with that. And I'm just like, okay, I know that is a serious thing that happens in real life, but it's not coming across realistic for me in this film. And like I just said earlier, came off a little bit forced. But I really did enjoy seeing this film, how Jackie started off at somewhere at the top and then she fell down to the bottom and just trying to build herself back up. We've all been there, you know, and trying to build ourselves back up. But to be honest with you, I really don't understand her downfall. There was a scene to where they did explain that with her trainer towards the end of the movie, but it really just didn't add up for me entirely, but not to the point to where it took away my complete enjoyment of the film. I still did enjoy it. I just, you know, the transition in them explaining how she got there just really didn't add up to me. But one of the things I really did like about this film and kind of made me ignore some of the shortcomings of it is just the overall message. The overall theme is, it really doesn't matter how bad you mess your life up, how bad you just jack it up, you can still always fix it. No matter how far you fall down, you can always pick yourself back up. And even if you have to start over, you know, it's still better than just sitting in that same position, not going anywhere, just to rot and die, you know. And that theme is throughout this whole movie, and one of the reasons why I did enjoy it so much. I will give my rating for this at the very end, but before we get there, I just have a question that I want to ask you guys. Are you a fan of Halle Berry? You probably wasn't expecting that, but let me know, what's your favorite Halle Berry movie? And how did you feel about this film and everything that it had to offer? But guys, that is just my opinion. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach 35,000 subscribers. And if I had to rate Bruised out of a 1 out of 10, I will give this movie an 8 out of 10. Yes, an 8 out of 10. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.